Okay, so I really want more like some feedback from this video.
Hey, Crazy Mother Runner, I want to thank you so much for asking for feedback on your video.
The same group of people who are avidly against the dangerous travel that's occurring from Honduras and Guatemala into our country at the border now think it's acceptable to load up 100+ ships of Americans to travel into illegal waters where both, weather as well as, possibly dangerous travel with pirating is a factor, risking fines, again, illegally.
Just for some background, my mother was Cuban. I am Cuban. I've been to the island. I have family there. I help them quite regularly. And if you look at my TikToks, it's not usually like me to do videos without fact-based information. Now, when you say illegally, I'm 100% in agreement with you. And as a matter of fact, the Director of Homeland Security, a Cuban American himself, has said that in no uncertain terms, he said, anyone who gets on a boat and tries to cross the straits will be turned back by the United States Coast Guard. It's absolutely critical for us to understand something. The majority of these people on those boats are the far right-wing Cuban Americans that do not, I repeat, do not represent the majority of Cuban Americans. So you see, it's a little more complicated. Cuban Americans, the far right wing, think that they lived under a communist regime, when in fact they didn't. They lived under a tyrannical dictatorship that called itself communist. So when you say to a Cuban American down here in Miami the word socialist, they automatically think communist, and then they tell you, well, I lived under that regime, so I know what I'm talking about.
I am fully on board of showing support. I'm just curious, is this how we want to do it? Is this how we want to do it?
In answer to your last question, this is definitely not the way to do it. Cubans have to resolve their own problems within the island. We have absolutely no reason to invade, and there's a lot of reasons why we cannot invade Cuba because of treaties in the past. A lot of people don't know the history of Cuba, so they don't understand. A lot of younger people don't understand that at one point Fidel Castro pointed nuclear arms at the United States. 90 miles away from our borders. The embargo's outdated. The people that are going to Cuba right now on their floppy personal beechcraft are ridiculous far right-wing Cubans that don't represent the majority of us. And one last thing I'll say, Cubans are not fighting to lift the embargo on the island. They're fighting for freedom. They're fighting for liberty. That's what they're fighting for. The embargo is just an excuse.